So I've always wanted to be supple. I've always wanted to be able to stretch. I can touch my toes, but I've always wanted to be able to do back bends and things like that. But I've never put it into practice at all. Until now. I am a month away from being 50 years old, and I thought it's about time I started doing something about it. So I've worked out a little routine I'm doing, which takes me about 15 minutes. I'm going to do it at the end of each night. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it every single night. I've given myself a goal of 4 nights out of 7. And this is pretty much the routine. It's not the whole routine. I've sped bits up so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. So I'll start off with this. I'm not sure what this is called. I think it's called the child's pose. I don't know the names. I just really like this stretch. It helps my lower back, helps out my shoulders. I've got tendonitis in my left shoulder, which limits me from doing a lot of stretches as well. But starting off in that, just doing 5 deep breaths. You can hear little things popping in my lower back, which is a nice feeling. I then move on to this stretch. So it's for the tendonitis in my shoulder. You kind of dig your elbows in and arch your back, and then you push through your elbows all the way back there, and then you're still pushing when you come back up, and it's supposed to be really good for helping tendonitis and bursitis in your shoulders. So I do this to start with because some of the other moves I do, I have to be up on my hands, and it's kind of a bit painful on my shoulders. So I was trying to do this first to get rid of the pain when I do the next stretches. Now this next stretch is a great stretch. I have no idea what it's called or whether I'm performing it correctly, to be honest, but this is the best I can do. It kind of twists your middle, so your the lower back gets twists over one side, and you can just lie there. But what I was doing, I was taking a couple of breaths there and then bring the arm back up. Oh, wait for it, ahead of myself. And then lift the arm up to twist the lower back the other way. So you can see it go through, take a couple of breaths, and then back up. So I was doing that 5 times on one side, then repeated 5 times on the other. I'm not doing it rushing it at all. It's just really relaxed. 2 or 3 deep breaths under each one, and then swap sides. Back up and back down into child's pose. I'm calling it child's pose. It might not be that, but that's what I'm going to call it. I just really like that. Sit there, again, a few breaths. I think it's 5 breaths. And then up into some leg stretches. This is kind of what I do after every run I do. So I do a 4-mile run every week. It's only once a week. And I do this, this is one of the stretches I do after every run. So it's kind of a leg and a hip stretch. Going forward is stretching, and then on the back, so one way is doing hamstring and the other way is doing your quads. It's also opening up your hips, I believe. Into an Asian squat. Again, something I will just do every now and then. It's nice. If you can get your heels flat on the floor, my back is a little bit rounded there. Let's take that out of the way so you can't see it. Right, I'm not praying. I've got my elbows dug into my inside of my knees and my hands together, and I'm trying to bring my hands closer to my stomach to push my elbows further out. And then basically just twisting your hips round, moving around. I should probably look up there to try and give myself a bit more of a straighter back. Right, this one here. This is what they call the cobra, I believe. Now I know my hands are the wrong way around, but it hurts my shoulder if I put them forward. This is when I realised I am not supple in any way, shape or form. So it's supposed to look like that. Now, from my knees to my shoulders is a straight line. This guy up here, legs, hips, all on the floor, and then goes up. So I've got a long way to try and get there, I think. More hamstring stretch. One leg at a time. Then it goes back down into the cobra and I repeat again. Another part of my running stretch. It's kind of a weird one. Stick your leg underneath you at a right angle if you can, and then lean forward. Kind of stretches out your glutes, stretches out your quads. It just feels like a really nice stretch after a run. So I like to do this one. And then just repeat on the other leg. Quick bit of an L sit. Look how curved my back is. I really need to straighten my back. Right, another twisty one. Twisting the lower back. Also stretching the glutes. Getting a few deep breaths. Breathe in. As you breathe out, I kind of just go a little bit further around. Quite difficult to do when you've got, again, injury in your left shoulder, to get your elbow down behind your knee to push yourself around. Really not easy. And that, I think, is it for my stretches. I think after that I go back into that. So I'm going to try and do that every day. Well, not every day. I'm going to try and do it a minimum of 4 days out of 7. That way, if I miss a day or two, it's not going to make that much of a difference. And see what happens. I really hope that cobra changes, because it's just awful.